So last night was absolutely epic. We kicked off the Brian for Mayor World Tour. This is me going to every single one of the 33 boroughs in London to come meet you, talk to you, listen to you, find out what your challenges are, and explain to you my plans to take London in a new direction, my plans to become your next mayor of London. And it was awesome last night. We chose the borough of Hackney and we went to Homerton. Now, Homerton is a place that's actually quite dear to my heart because from 2010 to 2011, every Saturday, I got on my bike and I rode down the canals and I rode through Victoria Park and I went to Homerton and I picked up a young man named Sadiq. And Sadiq was 9 years old when I met him and he was suffering from behavioral difficulties in class. His mom, being separated from his mom when he was younger. She had gone to prison and he just dealt with a lot of stuff. And he was just acting up at school. And what he really needed was a role model. His mom was back now, but there were no male mentors in his life. And so I signed up for a year to mentor Sadiq. And so every Saturday I would ride my bike over there and spend 3 or 4 hours with this young man. And we would just do stuff. We'd go to the cafe, we'd go to the park, we'd build rockets, we'd go to museums, we would cook, we would play football, anything, just to spend time and promote positive values and give him what we call problem-free time. And I did this through an incredible group called Chance UK. So it was really fitting that we had the World Tour kick off in Homerton. And we were at the Wally Foster Community Center with an incredible group of men that I met there last night that run the community center, that grew up in Hackney, that had their triumphs in life. They did their crimes and now they're a bit older and they're all about giving back to the community. So I really appreciate those gentlemen for hosting us. And we had an amazing group of people in the crowd. And I spoke about what I'm passionate about, and that is becoming your next mayor of London. I talked about 3 of my policies: get London back to work, how we can make London safe, and really start working on knife crime, which is at a nightmare proportions, getting more police on the streets. And finally, I talked about housing first and the shocking lack of affordable housing in this city because our mayor has blatantly lied to us. So I talked about those. I also talked about the importance to vote. And then I answered questions. And then I spoke with people and I took pictures. And it was just an amazing vibe. We do a lot on digital. I live stream almost every day. I put out videos every single day. But actually being with people and feeling their energy, and so many people were thankful for what I'm doing, for the fact that I'm running. They are so refreshed to hear an independent candidate come in and start challenging some of the narratives they've heard for 5, 10, 20, 30 years, the repeated back and forth accusations between our 2 traditional parties, and then nothing gets done. And one of my big messages last night when it was about housing is I said, I'm going to do something no mayor has ever done. I'm going to stop talking about building housing and I'm going to build some housing. And I gave an exact plan of how I'm going to do that with some aggressive goals by Christmas 2021. So it was a great event. I just want to thank everybody who came out. It was absolutely amazing. And we are coming to your borough as well. I'm going to go to every single borough before the election on May 6th and meet you and talk to you and listen to you and take pictures with you and hang out with you and give you a hug maybe. Whatever it takes for me to understand what your challenges are, because that's the mayor's job. And I think our current mayor forgot that part of his job description, which is to do things in the interest of the citizens and listen to their problems and challenges. It's a novel concept, but it's called a democracy, and we're going to get it back on board. So that's my plan. Again, if you want to find out and book your ticket for the borough I'm coming to see you, go to brianformayor.london. Also, if you want to support us, if you want to volunteer, if you want to share our stuff, you can also go to the same website. We've got a whole support page now. And also we'll have a whole piece on how you can register to vote as well. So it was an incredible night. And one of the themes that we finished on at the end is one of the women in the audience stood up and she just said, our current mayor of London, he just doesn't care. He doesn't care about people. He doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about the city. I see it in everything he does, his body language, his tone of voice, his actions, his policies, his lack of policies. He just doesn't care about us. All we hear is just legal double talk and blame. And it was something we all felt in the room. And it's something that I'm going to change when I move into City Hall on May 7th. And it's going to be a 2-way street. And there's going to be a lot of communication on these platforms, on social. And I think it's so important. It's all really about communication at the end of the day and listening and serving. So that's my plan. Thank you so much. We are moving into first place as we speak here. It's all happening. We got 5 months left. Share this with a friend. We need your support more than ever. And thank you very, very much.